Good morning, coming to you live, 0600 hours and 35 minutes, Friday, January 18, 2019. It's called Man versus Woman, and it should be man and woman, woman and man with woman, woman with man. The thing that I've noticed so far in this era is that we are no longer together. We find everything to be a battle. We battle each other. We in versus. We at the versus mode, and only versus mode I want to do in battles I want to do is in competition where we supposed to strengthen each other. The only battle we should be seeing from man and woman is like the Olympics or something of that nature. Where well, I don't want to use Olympics because the original Olympics was very violent and it was a battle. But we're now like at like a civil war, a conflict stage of I'm just going to talk about my race of people, African descent, quote unquote, black people in America. We are at a turmoil, corrosive, toxic stage. They already implementing ways to destroy us. They already have it. But once we become aware, I don't use the word woke because you can always be aware, but you're not always woke. So that's why I don't use the word woke. But one thing stated that we always seem to find ways to hurt one each other and almost seem as we're trying to destroy one another. Is I find that very, very odd in my life. So, and if you look at everything we do, there's always a male and female part. If you look at your outlet where you plug in your phone charger, there's an opening and there's a plug. There's a hole, you probably push it in. If there's a part and there's a screw, you also turn it to put it in the hole. And think of other things that you need. There's always a spot you gotta always piece and put together. There's never a time where there's not a male and female part. There's a time when some things slide in, but it's still a male and female part. We would never produce a person asexually. There will never be a person that's naturally born on this earth through the creator. Let me get it right. Because I know people are experimenting out there. Hopefully the world is not long enough to see that, not here long enough to see that. Hopefully the earth blow up by then. Because when we start creating people, there's going to be that's going to be the real zombies and vampires. But if you always think about man and woman, I know I said I was going to do only like once a week video. I'm going to try my hardest to stick to that. But it's very hard because I'm not like the greatest person at spirituality. But I want people to know in my spirituality, I get things and I share. I don't share them right away. I go over them in my head, like, okay. Or such as, okay, I remember I had this in my head. I remember I had this. So what I want to do is give them out to you as fast as I can. I don't want to withhold information. I don't want to withhold anything that will help us in the future. And I don't want to be the type of person that only does things for like monetary and money. So you know that about me already. So what we have to start understanding now, which is a good thing, is man and woman, not man versus woman. First, I'm going to start with man. Think about all the positions that man can do. Think about it. Think about all the things that a man can do. Look, see how we are built. If you think about how we are built, we're built very differently from a woman. And that's you can verify that. My first example, or EG, of when I was in the United States Marine Corps, that this lady was very strong. She was physically strong and mentally and everything else. But one thing that she had to learn, only reason, and it had nothing to do with how much weight she did. She could have hardened her body. She could have made herself an android. She could have did all these things, which she basically did. I don't know if she said she had a boyfriend, so I don't know if she was gay. I'm going to touch on that. But that had nothing to do with it. But what she thought she can do was outdo me. Like outdoing me, she thought just because she can do more push-ups than me, she can do a lot more other things than I can do. She thought that made her, as we call it nowadays, more and more manly than I am, saying she was a better man. One more. Going back, I'm going to my destination. So what this young lady thought that she can do, she thought she can be a better man than who I was, based on her doing the more push-ups and pull-ups and everything else. But it wasn't by a lot. That was just never my thing. And she would try to always outbeat me in the run. Then there came a time, it was a training exercise where now the difference from a man and woman took in. Had what we needed to, how we need to perform. So it's this gun, this weapon called the 50 caliber rifle or machine gun. And it's heavy all by itself. So you have to break it down in 3 to 4 parts, depending on the squadron you have. We was a 5-man squad. And then there's an ammo person that carried the ammo for it. This was part of our teamwork exercise, and how if we was in really battle, which I eventually seen a conflict in Iraq, Operation 9/11, I eventually seen it. And so she wanted to carry a certain part. All the parts was heavy. The worst part was more even the tripod. We put it on the tripod. That part was heavy. And we started moving. She wanted to carry my part. So I said, okay. And so I carried the ammo. I said, you don't got to carry the ammo. That was the lightest thing, and that wasn't to make fun of her, which we didn't think about it, but that's how we lined up. And I was tall, so we tried to go by height, and she was shorter than everybody. So, but we couldn't do nothing about that. But she would be in the front, so, and I would be in the back, so we wouldn't look weird, because then it would leave her in the back, and we never wanted a woman in the back. That's why I say even women in the military, they got to think about that as well. Even the most puniest man is still naturally fit, or that's by design for him to still be stronger than that woman, per se, quote unquote, per se. And let me get on with the story. And as she couldn't carry it, and I was the last person to her to give it to. So I tried giving ammo. So I ended up carrying 2 things. I wasn't mad because I was the squad leader at one point. So already knew what it took for people to be in position. And I didn't get my rank of sergeant, so the other guy was in charge. So she finally, and so to help women understand, it's things that we are made to do. We're not saying women, you can't do it. What we're saying is it's still things in life, parts of life that we have to still understand.
Now flip it, we're gonna go to the women. I grew up thinking I can do certain things. Now this is a story back on me. Now this is not about the other person, it's on me. And I thought I can do all the things the woman can do. Then I realized some things are better fit for a woman. And the reason I say this, because one thing that has stopped us and what happened in the first example is the man being de-escalated. Not de-escalated. You know the word. It's what's the word we love to use in our world now? It's emasculated. Emasculated, like taking away his. I hate using feminine, and masculine. Because beta and zeta, we don't talk about zeta males. We don't talk about omega males. We also talk about alpha and omega. We took on the patriarch, but we didn't take on the matriarch of man and woman. Patriarch is man, the matriarch is woman. The ma and pa. Remember I was explaining that a while ago? So the ma part, see, that was the pa. She didn't understand the wan part. That was the pa. That was the patriarch. And the matriarch and the ma, mother and father. And this is the mother part. She's nurturing. She's maternally. And she's caring. She's kind. She's the first one to show the child, because the child, when the child first born, it has to rest on her chest, her heart. So the part that which they are manonizing women to make them get away from that, and the men are going to have the control. That's what they want to happen. Once you give the man, because what's going to happen? They destroy the womb of the woman and the nature of the man. Once they destroy the womb of the woman and the nature of the man, what's going to happen is our women are no longer going to walk with us. Black women, especially the dark-skinned women. If you haven't noticed, dark-skinned women are choosing white men. They're not choosing Arab. Think about this. Out of all the men they can choose, they're choosing white men. And every once in a while they're choosing Asian. But majority of the black dark-skinned women are with full-blown, what we call Caucasian men. They don't incite other races, because they even taught them that they're disgusting. They're taught that Puerto Rican men are disgusting. Arabic men, even though Arabic men are part of it. Because Arabic people trying to whitewash themselves out. They don't even want to be Arabic. A lot of them hold their stature because they know if they leave, just as us black people, and they realize, damn, we was tricked. We tricked the race. We slaved the race. We helped them. They used us. Now look at where we at. We're in a position where we don't have the power. But they gave us the fake religion, the fake religions. So if you are more Freemason, they're all working together. It's called Christianization. We gotta realize, we gotta wake up. We gotta be aware that this is going on. I've been aware since I was 8. That's why I love speaking on these things, because this is not new to me. This is me at 34 and 33. I had to go through a lot of other things first, because that's part of life, that made sure that I knew how to say this to people. I know I'm raw. My friend was telling me I'm raw. I got to stick to a place, but I'm learning. But if you meet me in person, when we start actually getting together, you will see the difference. You will understand. We'll start understanding one another. So as we took away the woman, we took away the man. You cannot interchange a man. You cannot interchange a woman. Because anything you else do, it's a false. That's why they say false prophets and lies. We cannot interchange one another. And as soon as we start understanding that, we'll stop hurting one another. So that's what I want to bring, the conflict of man and woman. See, I hope you receive something, some type of information from this to start understanding. I know you understand, but as we dive deeper and we get more intertwined in this, you will see why the man being the man part is important and the woman being the important part. And I see this a lot. We got to stop doing this. Please, 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 please stop doing this. There are some things that's questionable for a woman that's not questionable for a man. There are some things that is questionable for a man but not for a woman. Example, we cannot take the paradigm, the makeup, the design, the nature, the natural of a man wooing a woman, going after the woman. But what women can do in this society is show her interest. Show him that you were interested. If you know a man might admire you and you admire him, I guarantee, but this is not a, it's not a, I learned this. This is not a battle for women that want that man. It's only a battle for women that don't want that man. So as a man, make sure the woman you are with or you're aiming for have admiration for you. I don't say the word like. I say admire, some interest. She's intrigued by you. She finds you attractive. Because guess what? It will make it a lot better and easier for you in your feelings, in your heart. You won't be pressing. If you gotta press or push to get a woman to desire you, that's not the woman for you. And if you're a woman and you gotta press and push the man to desire you, that's not the man for you. We gotta be aware and come to realization that's a lot of things we speak about and talk about is not for us. When are we gonna wake up to that? It's not for us. And if things are not for us, then we have to move on. So what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice, choose wisely. I hope this helped someone in understanding that this is just, it's a part one. I probably don't have a whole bunch of parts, but I just like to initially touch on a lot of things that I see going on in society that's spiritually there and mentally. Nobody want to be that person that's left out. Nobody, no man or a woman want to be hurt. No, who want to be hurt? Who want to be not loved? Who want to be not received? Who don't want to share? So we start thinking about that. We start doing things to welcome each other, start loving each other. I remember the part in Black Panther, I'm gonna reiterate it again. He said, and I always get this kind of like messed up. He said, Killmonger. That's funny. His name is Killmonger. Killmonger. Go look up the word kill and monger. As we know, there's a whoremonger and there's things of that nature out there. So I'd rather die than to put me and my people in bondage. Shalom.